So maybe Batman is that.
Speaking of amazing huge dudes, should we talk about Resident
God.
Evil 5 for a second?
This might not be news to anybody, but Nick has a copy of Resident Evil 5 on PC that I think are going to give away somehow.
Yeah.
When we can figure out how. And so before we did that, I wanted to make sure that the PC version was actually
not shit.
Not shit. Yeah, I wanted to make sure it was worth recommending and giving away. So I loaded it up, and it's a good port. It ran quite well. It looks really nice.
Looks really good.
It looks extremely nice. And
looks amazing.
oh my god. And I just for the hell of it, I decided, well, I'll try to just join someone's co-op game. That would be funny. Just for some reason, I wanted to see if the networking was all good. And so
we found the best fucking deal.
Yeah, I just chose a guy at random from the list, or like the server list.
And it was Jesse Ventura from Predator, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, this might not be surprising to people, but none of us had ever seen this before.
Yeah, like maybe if you get really far in RE5,
Yeah.
this is a thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, they've done this in other Resident Evil games where the last weapon is always a crazy thing with infinite ammo.
Right.
But in this game, they take it to the next level.
And so I chose this guy because he was the only one on the list who was actually on like level 1, stage 1, or whatever. Everyone else was just somewhere in the middle of the game. And so I loaded up this guy's game, and I go in, and this guy is wearing like a fucking refrigerator on his back. And has a huge minigun.
Well, yeah, it's a refrigerator on his back with like 3 feet of just like a bullet belt hanging out that's sort of just dangling behind him, and whipping around like a ponytail of bullets.
And he's got like, he's wearing no shirt, and he has like crossed leather studded
bandoliers, spiky shoulder pads,
Move out.
and sunglasses.
Right, the sunglasses were good.
Yeah, and a gun like as big as your character.
Yeah. Right. Oh my god! And this guy was just I don't even know how to describe
destroying
this. He
the
was
game.
just, it was like anyone who's played Diablo 2, when you join a Diablo 2 game after that game had been out for a few years, and you start up as level 1, you're like, yeah, Diablo 2, I want to play through this game again.
Right.
And then you join the game with the guy who's like level 89, and he just parties up with you, and then he just goes and kills like every boss in 3 seconds flat as your experience just skyrockets.
Right.
This was like the Resident Evil 4 or 5 equivalent of that, where every time I looked around the corner, that guy was just mowing down like hordes of zombies with infinite ammo.
You're having so much trouble just catching up with that guy.
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah,
like, You go into a room and there's just like 4 pools of blood, and then he's slicing all the crates open and just looting everything, and then just kicks down the next door, he turns around, looks at you for a second, and then just
like runs away
to blow, and you hear the sounds of oh man. And then like
bosses that normally take like 5 minutes to take down are immediately shredded into pulp.
That was we're just, what's going on? I can't see the screen. What's happening? Boss killed. What? And then he just walked over and goes and gives you health, and then
like
walks into the next room
and then walks away.
On his way, he doesn't even stop, basically.
Passing
just
by, there you go. So yeah, we captured some video of this because it was too amazing to see, or to not share.
Yeah. Hopefully
we can release
this is a surprise to some of you still, because this was the funniest goddamn thing I've ever seen in a video game. It was amazing.
The number of times that you would sort of come around an alley, and it was like you compared it to like the G-Man basically, where it's it's like you're playing your own game of Resident Evil 5, but in an abandoned city.
Right.
And every time you go around a corner,
no
you just see a refrigerator with a bullet belt trailing off and sort of bouncing away around the next corner, and then you just occasionally hear a guy being totally eviscerated. Like, we were watching a cutscene that we forgot to skip, then you pressed escape, and the character in the cutscene who was attacking us in the cutscene had already been, like, we watched the final bullet go into the person's brain. Like, the guy, before we could watch the intro cutscene, the guy had eviscerated this mini-boss character.
Right.
Just like, what?
And then the crazy, like, weird, like, amorphous blob, sort of writhing tentacle boss.
Right, that you
normally have to like, lure into a furnace room. This guy just stood perfectly still and just planted his feet on the ground and just unloaded into this boss's face equivalent as it just like surrounded him and enveloped him, and then a few seconds later it just fell over and died.
My favorite moments were when he would sort of, maybe walk past one enemy, like just a normal zombie that was there, and then he would turn and just sort of wait for you to casually I'll give you this one. It's not really worth my time. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll wait.
My kill counts at the end of the level, I had like 3 and he had like 86.
It was 1, actually.
Well, in level 2 it was 1, yeah.
1.
In level 1 I was actually going for it because I was trying to play the game for real.
You're trying
and then
to get 3.
in level 2 I was just like, fuck it.
You were
It's
just
way funnier to just follow
stalking
this
this
guy
guy.
like 20 paces behind and watch him disappear around corners, and then I go around the corner and everything's dead.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. And watching him bend over to pick up all the little
with
ammo
the,
things.
Right, incredibly
with the
fast
animation,
animation flapping around.
just-
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, hilarious. So try and play RE5 co-op with the most amazing people in the world, and it's way more fun than regular Resident Evil 5.
Yeah.
Also, this guy's name is Warhammer something something something. So if you see that guy,
The name's Warhammer
something something numbers probably.
06.
So we have a copy of this game to give away if anyone still hasn't played it on another system and wants
Yeah,
to play it on
we don't know
PC.
why we should give it away.
Yeah. We have one to give away. So.
We do.
We can do that somehow.
Maybe we should discuss it during the break.
Yeah. Are we already ready for a break?
Which
Wow.
we are taking right now.
All right.
Oh.
We'll be back in a sec.
Video game.